interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. The Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, by air. President Roosevelt has just announced.
Since the beta, people started using demo rushes and grenadiers and half tracks, and it seems to be pretty effective as a diversion.
Deutschland von 1 hat 3/4 die Waffen niedergelegt. Ich habe grundsätzlich immer erfüllt.
Mirror matches are a tricky thing. Lots of people do want the mirror matches, but there's their balance problems, you know? I mean, one of the things that I like to talk about...
We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island.
This is Bridge 1 to TSN Central. Tales of Heroes is a go. Repeat, Tales of Heroes is a go.
Yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tales of Heroes. This is our video replay review for week number 11. I am Bridger from the Team Sportscast Network. I will be bringing you through here this week. We have entitled it Lorraine Lunacy, because according to the people who have played in it, namely Vittensby, my co-host, it is crazy! To find out exactly how crazy, we shall continue. As this is a fairly long replay, we'll try and cut the introduction short. Vittensby, welcome to the program.
Thanks. It's good to be here as always. And this was a game that me and Soldier, some people might know him from the beta, played last night against two pretty talented Axis players. They were a team, and I think that they've practiced on this map quite a bit. The only real comments I have to say about our play is I used to think on Lorraine one player going weapon support center, one player going barracks is a good opening. Then I kind of figured, well, dual barracks is a good opening, and then I just said forget rifleman and just go straight to double weapon support center. So that was kind of our thoughts going into the game, and you'll see how it progresses for the Axis and the Allies.
All right, well, we're just finishing up the early procedure. Let's talk about Lorraine just for a quick moment. The map is a 2 versus 2 map. Of course, the Axis, usually on the left side of the map, on the east or western side of the map, sorry, usually take the north easier, and the Allies on the eastern side of the map, sorry, usually take the southern portion of the map easier, and therefore the middle is usually what's up for grabs with its victory point, and specifically this building right here, which is all very important, the only garrisonable building in the area with a fire lane of every direction, basically, and of course controls the roads that go north and south, which allow either side to attack fairly handily. The most important points in this map that are of contention often is this fuel point, and this fuel point, and sometimes even this fuel point down here if the Germans attack from the middle. So we'll see a lot of fighting around those points as well as the middle itself, and I think that's about all there is. So Vittensby, you ready?
I am.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause, and we are good to go. Let's see what kind of an opening we have here. As you said, Vittensby under the spam name I Spam Boxes in Sword, which in itself is a hilarity of, and if you don't understand what that means, you need to hang out in Sword channel, because that's where all the cool people from GameReplays.org hang out. And let me enable my game sounds here. There we go. And it does look like you are headed off first with your first 2 engineers. Nope, we have a double weapon support center opening. This is going to be interesting. And Natasha Marley is Smurf name for Soldier. And as we mentioned, Demon and Cuckoo on the other side. Just 2 other guys that may or may not be Smurfs. But they sure seem to give you guys a hard time.
Oh yeah, definitely. My initial strategy is always to barbed wire off that little road that leads to the entire southern portion of the map, and these guys are pretty much kind of rushing over there as well. Both of them fast built their Wehrmachts, and I used to think the center was really important, but as it turns out, it's not all that important. And there's a blind spot actually on that building to the right by that little crater, and I didn't really know that until one time these 3 rifleman squads came up and
Wow,
Not
there
fair.
is.
Just took out my MG real easy. So.
And it looks like despite their best efforts to block your wire construction in the south, you managed to build it right around them anyway, and now they're trapped down there. So this does look like bad news for your engineers. Meanwhile, we have a lot of action actually going north here instead of the middle by Natasha, aka Soldier, giving up the middle if I could speak English, this would be great. Giving up the middle for the north, which is actually a pretty interesting strategy, which we don't see a whole lot.
I mean, the middle's good because you can push out into the Axis fuel and their plus 10 munitions, but it's not crucial so much, especially when our strategy is just to cap everything but the middle. They put an MG in the center house, and they're capping the middle victory point. Soldiers locking down the map, it looks like, with MGs. Doing a pretty good job of it.
But it looks like they're about to cut you off near your own base with a machine gunner coming from the middle. This is one of the reasons why holding the middle is usually fairly important. But you have a sniper down there. Excellent!
I usually go sniper first on this map if I can get the wire up, just because Axis almost always goes MG. But they managed to hold me off from capping that point, so I pretty much have no advantage for my territories right now. But I was lucky enough that that sniper did its job and just flushed out that machine gun. But they're bringing up a bike and a Volk squad, it looks like, and they're holding that church in the north, which is pretty key location for Axis to get an MG in there. It protects their fuel and also gives it protects that plus 10 munitions point. Pretty strong.
Enemy unit down.
Yep, and we have actually capping the back fuel as well, so things are not going too well right now for the Allies. With Volk squad down here, as you mentioned, is your sniper still alive down here? But the bike is going to prevent it from being exceedingly useful. You are struggling here for basically lack of a barracks. The weapon support center is great, and it would be even better if it was possible to support your riflemen with it. That's what makes it very difficult to utilize, because it is called Weapon Support Center for a reason. It does very well to support a rifle squad with some of those units, but they cannot be used on their own very effectively. On an urban map like this, though, the sniper is okay, because as you can see, it's going to give you a lot more time to shoot with your sniper when he's in a building. But he was able to take it out eventually. But you wound up annihilating a Volk squad, so I think you pretty much got what you needed there.
Yeah, it was a decent trade-off. 60 manpower down, no big deal. But the big issue is that I wasn't able to link my territory early on, so all the early fuel capping wasn't really doing much for me. And then now they keep on throwing an MG into that building. And it's just lucky that I went sniper first, because if I went MG first, I would never really been able to link my territory. In fact, that fuel that I capped initially is still out of supply.
Yep, I can see that. But at the very least, it's not falling into enemy control. You also control the two fuels at the northern section, and you control their +5 now. You've at least denied them most of the fuel except for this one. That is the only fuel they've had all game so far. So at the very least, you've slowed down their technology progression.
Right. Early on, this delays them. In fact, one of them goes tier 2, I think, for this exact reason, just because we did do a good job and they are only controlling one fuel point early on. And they got their first squad of MP40 Volks coming up from the north. Looks like they're going to try to do something with that. We also have a sniper and a bike just lingering around the church. And there's an MG squad reinforcing at Demon's Base, along with a Pioneer squad that they're moving out right now.
Store HQ are finished. Reserves are now available.
And now we see you just went airborne. I think you both went airborne, right?
Yeah, we both went airborne.
So right now, let's just... how much fuel does your have? Because I've had plus 30 over here for a while.
They're getting plus 10, and let's see, they might have teched up, but both of them, or Demon has only 32 fuel in his stockpile.
We got 115 over here in yours. Oh no, not good news for the sniper over here, as Demon's bike finds it. Usually, oh man, if he had just stayed and tried to kill that sniper, he might have gotten something else done before he died. But Cuckoo coming here to disrupt the fuel and actually capture it for them. Machine guns all over the place. So you guys are certainly making it difficult for the Axis with this weapon support center deal right now, and you still haven't built a barracks yet.
No, that'll come later on, much later on. And they have 2 squads of MP40 Volks that are now capping the points and giving us a lot of trouble. Later on they tend to keep on massing up Volks with MP40s and then Puma Stugs and AT guns, etc. So we were kind of thrown off by one of them going tier 2. In fact, he's got a Krieg barracks up right now. The Cuckoo has a Krieg barracks up. I think he's probably making an AT gun. He does make some grenadiers, and this is where they really start to take back map control. As you can see, I'm pretty sure that all we have is really that MG and that building in the north.
Yeah. Soldier's trying to bring some more things up, but wow! Unfortunately for him, he's retreated his sniper right into a group of MP40 Volks. Not much they can do there. Or not much he can do there. The sniper gets obliterated. And now finally you're draining the tickets a little bit on the other side, having taken the bottom. I believe, though,
they got their first anti-tank gun out, and once we started seeing that they had a lot of anti-tank guns, we were kind of thinking, well, maybe we shouldn't get Shermans out so quickly. So I'll decide to get a Croc pretty soon, because those are pretty good against AT guns.
And tier 2, for that matter. And something I know, you got your engineer stuck in the south there a little bit. In the wire, but they didn't put any wire to guard this plus 10 munition, so it looks like you're going to be able to get it in the south. And I'm watching, and I'm waiting for your airborne to actually shoot at the sniper that was retreating, and then he disappeared.
Oh, he finally got killed.
Oh, he did get killed. I just didn't see the kill animation then. It looked like he just disappeared even though he was retreating. That was really weird. So these airborne are certainly giving, who is this up here, Demon, a hard time.
Yeah, now they're starting to take back map control, and then we're going to really only hold on to the southern portion of the map for quite a long time, trying to just break out of this chokehold that they've kind of set up. And when my engineer squad, or maybe it was Soldier's engineer squad, retreats, we see that they have AT guns in the center of the map, so that's when we started thinking, well, maybe Sherman's isn't exactly the best choice. He's bringing up a second AT gun now. Cuckoo is. I think he's either making a grenadier squad. I'm selecting a Demon, so I can't really see what Cuckoo's making. But yeah, I think he's probably making another AT gun after this. I know they make quite a few AT guns.
And it looks like now most of the map in control of the Axis. There's the other AT gun.
And I'm just trying to harass whatever I can, really, at this point.
And you guys still have no barracks, so you're relying entirely on the airborne drop, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah. Just airborne for what we need as instead of barracks, just using airborne as mobile capping power.
So that does mean no grenades, though, which is going to make it a little bit harder to take these machine gunners out. You're going to have to rely a lot more heavily on snipers.
Have we teched up yet?
Yeah, it looks like the tank depot is just about to be finished right now on your side.
Right.
Still, I have no tank depot at all, or not even a supply bunker, supply yard for soldier.
Yes, I always tech up faster than he does for some reason. But they have 3 AT guns now in the center, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to go for a crocodile first, because it just has it just takes care of AT guns.
If he had just moved them up camouflage and kept them on hold fire, they might have actually got you guys into building some Shermans. So that might have been a small mistake on their part.
True. And it looks like that Demon went blitz because he's got stormtroopers now.
Oh no!
Well, he doesn't have stormtroopers, but he has the ability to make them.
Now we have a small attack on the south, including Volks.
And he walks right into my MG.
Which is good. He didn't even attack your sniper that came out of cloak.
I tried to lure him in with my sniper by just decloaking him, and it seemed to work.
Yep. Now you guys pushed back and took a little bit of this fuel here, which is important. And now you're taking the munitions over here, which is also important. You're getting back about half the map. You have a little bit more than half the map, actually, because you got the +10 in the middle. And they're attacking at the south, and I guess they didn't notice.
Yeah, once I secured the south, I tried to creep up, but with that MG in the center house, there wasn't much I can do. And here comes the first Puma on the field. Demon finally got enough fuel. He's got about 45 floating, and he's getting +23 because of that observation post, which is now getting flamed by a soldier in the upper right-hand corner. Unfortunately, there's a sniper firing on his engineers, so that's not really going to work that well.
Yeah, he did get it though, and that's probably more important. Because he's denied them the +3 fuel, and it's going to make it easier to capture later.
One more frickin' bag of dirt.
Oh, Vittensby, sandbags! You disappoint me.
Maybe that's why they call me an exploiter, huh?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's not. It's just how the game is right now. It doesn't make any sense to me, but you know, they didn't say it was a bug or anything like that. Sandbags block movement for a reason, I guess. I couldn't tell you what that is, but
Well, they're going to get tigers, and they could have just mowed down that point or came down that main road above where the fuel is. So
that Puma is absolutely destroying these airborne squads.
yeah, that MG was perfect timing, and the soldier's not paying attention because his AT gun is facing the opposite direction.
And he lost the other AT gun because it was just sitting there firing at an MG nest like it's going to win.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of how not to drop AT guns.
And now at least he's got a way to defend it with his crocodile there. Which he promptly turns around and drives the other way? No, he's backing it up at the enemy.
I para-dropped my AT gun, and it landed right as the croc was trying to pass it. It's just horrible luck. And if I would have had a Sherman in this position right here, it would have been more useful. But
yeah, but here you've got 3 dead AT guns. What you need is a rifle squad so that you don't have to pay ungodly amounts for airborne to restock those.
You'll see the Puma actually does quite a bit of damage when he gets rear shots off. He does have an AT gun there.
Yeah.
But the Puma does do a lot of damage to Crocs in the rear.
He doesn't even have the upgraded gun either.
No.
You could certainly build some engineer squads to retake those AT guns. I mean, it seems like a waste to just have spent so much manpower on them.
Enemy unit down.
Well, we didn't see any Stugs or anything, so that wasn't our first priority at this point.
I guess that does make sense, but now you do. And this
Yeah.
poor airborne squad tried to chase those AT guns, and it just got destroyed every time. Now, I haven't seen
Airborne
you guys
tended-
use much munitions.
No, we actually had like 1,000 munitions.
I don't know why
at
he's not
this
throwing
point.
satchel charges with his airborne then.
He tried to, but they delayed like
Ah.
ridiculously long. I don't know why. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And now we have a machine gun squad just sort of sitting in a
We can airdrop resources now.
middle of a field back here.
Engineers, you guys might
Not much going on at the moment. We got a supply drop coming in? Yes, we do.
They're just trying to hunt down that crocodile and take him out. They have a Puma and a Stug coming up from behind, chasing it. And I thought the shift worked, but apparently didn't, so I had to go back and move them again. And we have a second Stug coming out, and more AT guns. So Cuckoo for the past, say, 5 minutes has just been making AT guns. And we have 3 and MP40 Volks in the center.
It's kind of
squads.
it's kind of ironic because when you hear the crocodile, the guy is going, "Puma's trying to engage our armor. Good luck." Except the Puma's done most of the damage, and the Stug just finished him off.
Down.
Yeah, that Croc could have been microed quite a bit better.
Now, does that go for the Sherman too? I didn't realize the Puma would do that much damage to a Sherman.
Well, it's not that much damage, but yeah, it'll take it out.
It'll add up over time.
Plus missing on the right. These guys have tons of munitions also. They have about 700-800 munitions at this point. They're just kind of struggling to make up to that early fuel deficit. They got about 80 fuel floating and 32 income.
And here comes some pretty decent tank micro as you bring up your, as you get your teammates tank to move up to hit this Sherman, the Stug from behind. But there's another one waiting for it too.
Yeah. And that's what we call good Sherman micro, unlike what we saw earlier today.
Yeah, right.
And of course these AT gun drops are just killing my tanks.
Was that? Okay, your AT gun just shot the Puma. I thought your AT gun shot the Sherman there.
Yeah, they have 3 AT, well, 2 ATs kind of firing on our tanks now, and then there's one still sitting in the center. And just those 2 machine guns were able to lock down the south pretty easily.
Yeah.
And the sniper. First squad of stormtroopers on the field, and there's a squad of Volks in the center.
Let's see if we can catch this machine gunner getting killed. And he's leaving. We have the airborne getting obliterated, trying to just get this point decaptured, but it's not going to work. AT gun there, surprisingly.
Enemy unit down.
And again, your AT guns are just getting annihilated by these MP40 Volks. This is insane.
That is true.
There it goes, another one. There's another broken AT gun. There's another broken AT gun. There's a working AT gun. And a mortar squad in the middle. Are you attacking that building?
Mortar ready.
Yeah, I'm mortaring it. Using my supply drops, I just want to get rid of it so I could push into the center because our victory point counter was continuously going down this entire time. We have double Panzer Shrek stormtroopers coming up from the top against my Sherman, and then we also have two.
Oh no, it's looking the wrong way.
Just lost one.
Ha! The machine gun that you were attacking in the middle jumped out of the building, walked over, and just set up right next to the frickin' mortar. It's like, you can't kill me, I'll just walk over here and shoot you. Alright, let me switch over to the Axis side, and we'll get the Axis side here in a second.
Yep.
So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. And now we'll switch sides here. I'm going to jump over to Cuckoo, just for the hell of it. And he has gone Terror, so we'll see Tiger Aces from him. Will we see Tiger Aces from the other guy, or regular Tigers?
Regular Tigers, and
okay,
plenty
so
of
Terror
them.
Blitz. Alright, so ready?
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now, wow,
Yeah.
look at this. MP40 Volks, MP40 Volks, MP40 Volks. Jesus, McGlyven, he's got everything here.
Yeah, at this point we were kind of like, alright, I need riflemen. We need riflemen with bars, because we just can't do anything against these folks. So I just started getting riflemen, and pretty much for the whole rest of the game, just spamming riflemen. I got my first rifleman coming out right now, and then I just upgraded the bars immediately. I mean, I have 900 munitions floating, so I think I can afford a couple suppressions.
The Yankees are grabbing our territory.
And surprisingly enough, Demon's got 1,200 manpower. I don't know, maybe he thinks he's got this one and he doesn't need to spend it? And he's got 400 fuel!
He doesn't have 400 fuel.
Well, then maybe it just got screwed up when we were switching sides then. Because I see
You mean
400 fuel.
Cuckoo? You're on
Cuckoo,
Cuckoo,
sorry,
right?
Cuckoo, yes.
Yeah, that was making just AT guns. That would make sense.
Yes, sorry, Cuckoo has 1,300 manpower and 400 fuel. I don't know why he wouldn't, start at least building APCs for the hell of it.
I just think they were really close to getting a Tiger. I mean, we have like 2, 4, 6, 7 points already on our side, so I'm pretty sure you're going to see a Tiger come out, and they're just saving up their manpower for that.
Well, he's got 3 right now. I don't know if that's accurate or if it's changed because we switched sides, but it shows that Cuckoo has 3 points. He's going to need 2 more if he wants to get a Tiger.
Oh, and if you look in the upper right-hand corner, this is why smoke is overpowered.
Defended the fatherland until death.
I don't even see smoke.
Smoke on the Sherman in the upper right-hand corner.
He might have popped it, but it didn't show graphically on me.
Oh. He kind of moved a little bit, so...
Alright, here comes the other Sherman popping around the corner. They're going to try and flank these Stugs, but I have to assume the Stugs are going to get them. Unless an AT gun drops in, that's going to be bad news. 2 AT guns dropping in, wow.
This is the only thing that's good about airborne. Supply drops, AT guns, supply drops, AT guns, and then later on bombing runs. I'm just 3 points away from a bombing run. Right now we have strafing runs.
Oh no, rifleman with bars in the middle. About to destroy pin 2 freaking MP40 Volk squads. That's so ridiculous. They should not be able to pin like that fast.
They don't stay pinned for that long, surprisingly. I didn't even have time to decap the VP, and they were already on.
Wow, that is surprising. Maybe he only caught them with the tail end of it, so they didn't stay pinned as long.
It doesn't matter. I got 900 more munitions. And also with all those AT guns that we have in the right-hand corner, I don't know if we ever picked them up, but certainly I was going to use those riflemen to pick up some of those ATs if we needed it. I think I was telling Soldier at this point, just go cap the victory points, because we're already down to 241, and you know they're still at 486, so we weren't exactly making any headway against them.
Yeah, you finally managed to capture the north, but we got a Tiger coming out now from Demon. As it drives through everything in the game.
Seems that squads that are pinned don't take, like, if you look at the squad that's right by the fuel on the right, those units are barely taking any damage. It seems that when they're pinned, they take a lot less damage. In fact, it's only really the mortar that's killing him. First Tiger coming up. It's 2-bar veterancy, and then also he's got these stormtroopers with Shreks.
Which both miss. GG. Something just exploded. That Stug died that quickly. It must have been getting hit by the AT gun. And finally the stormtroopers killed a dang AT gun.
Also.
Oh, that Tiger's in trouble. 2 Shermans and an AT gun, even from the front. And 1 Sherman's got triple veterancy. Those stormtroopers need to get around and
finish off that triple veterancy Sherman. And get out.
Oh no! But he popped smoke at a perfect time. Whoa! What killed it?
Yeah, I know. It just kind of imploded, huh?
It did look like that.
AT gun from the south. There's an AT gun that shot it in the rear.
And now the Sherman doing just as we talked about earlier tonight. As you can see, the Tiger having a lot of trouble turning to actually shoot at it. Wow, that is very nice timing on the smoke again. And you got it! A lucky shot kills the Sherman, even in the smoke. It's interesting that the smoke disappears even as the Sherman dies.
Oh, I was so annoyed. I lost an entire squad of riflemen, and because that AT gun decided to destroy that building on the right.
Really?
Over there.
There was a squad of riflemen inside of it?
Yeah, the building collapsed on the squad.
Ouch.
Yeah, it collapsed on the squad. I think at this point I started getting grenades. No, I'm still getting riflemen. I got two supply drops in my base, but I didn't really need to pick it up because, well, I still had 1,000 munitions.
Yeah, you were just getting limited by manpower, right?
Yep.
That's
late
often.
game's always a mad dash for trying to save up all the manpower you can get. Soldier's strategy at this point was just to keep on massing up Shermans while I was just massing up riflemen, trying to get off as many suppressions, as many sticky bombs, as many grenades as we possibly could to try to get back map control, because all those efforts for the past, say, 15 minutes have been fruitless in the north, and Axis is always stronger in the north, it seems, so we were really sweating right now.
Yeah. I mean, Demon is doing a pretty damn good job in the north holding you off. I'm just surprised Cuckoo is not actually building anything with his 800 manpower. I mean, he just called in a Tiger, and he's probably maybe waiting to call in a second one, but you can't. So maybe he's just waiting for his to die so we can call in another one right away?
Yeah, that's pretty much what they do for a long time, is just continuously call in Tigers over and over and over again. And those two stormtrooper squads just got suppressed. Had we not had the what the heck, strafing run, and the Tiger like one-shotted that squad.
I saw that.
I was wondering what happened there. So we got a Tiger Ace and a level 3 veteran C Tiger up against 2 Shermans, and that's about it. I have a Sherman in my base coming up, and I'm finally grabbing the supply drops.
Look at those Panzerschrecks fly right through the Shermans. What you need is an artillery drop right on this spot, because the artillery won't miss. Or maybe it will.
And here comes the savior. Uh-oh. The worst strafing run in Company Heroes history.
I hear that.
Totally didn't hit anything.
And a nice bundle grenade did nothing. Wow.
Firestorm coming in.
Wow. That was good timing with the Firestorm. But I think the bundle grenade did nothing for the same reason the Firestorm did nothing, because the smoke blocked it. Which is pretty stupid.
Yeah.
And I think they're looking into that.
For quite a while.
Now you've got 2 half-dead Shermans here, and you've got a full-strength Tiger and a quarter-strength Tiger Ace.
I'm trying to clean up the center right now with that Sherman, just so I can run something to cap a VP, because we're down to 150 victory points. We got 2 Tigers in our base.
And now the Panzerschreck shot its own Tiger. Again, 2 shots at its own Tiger. Because they're shooting at this tank and not hitting it. A 3rd shot hit its own Tiger. God. And now that... bombing run on both Tigers. Perfect hit. Destroys both of them. Wow. That was impressive.
On the field at this point.
Nothing. Here comes a Tiger. That's it.
Yeah, we thought we were like, thank God, but it wasn't over yet.
Oh, here comes another Tiger Ace too.
A long way to get those victory points down.
And you've got upgun Shermans now as well. But the double veterancy Sherman takes a spill. Really, he needs to get that Tiger out of there, bring some of these engineers over, and start repairing it. And I think that's what he's going to do here.
Tiger Ace in the center.
Which was good timing, because they needed to take that back and try and prevent you from countering this. Oh, and like 2 or 3 rifle squads get run over by the Tiger.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I really could have used grenades. All I have was stingies.
Ooh, another bombing run. Almost obliterates the Tiger.
I think
another bombing run does obliterate the Tiger. Oh my God! And this Sherman limps away. Wow.
Yeah, these supply drops really kept us in the game. Because if you look, we really don't have that, but we haven't had map control for a long time. That's really one of the major strengths again of Airborne. It's just, and they're firestorming the tank depot for some reason. I don't even know how they have visual on that.
They've got 2 camouflaged, no, 3 camouflaged, stormtroopers in there.
Oh, that's right. He did say there was Shrek's stormtroopers in his base.
Now, if he had just waited a little bit and used those Shrek stormtroopers on the tank depot from behind it and activated Inspired Assault, he could have killed it in 2 seconds.
Well, he can't do IA because he's Blitz. But yeah, he could have taken
that's
the
right.
tank depot.
And wow, another bombing run that actually hits. I can't believe all these bombing runs are actually hitting stuff.
Yeah, we had the luck of the gods, because if one of those would have missed, 250 munitions, kiss it goodbye.
Another Tiger on the field, and probably another Tiger Ace here in a couple seconds.
I have 2 squads of riflemen and a couple ATs, and now what we were just going to do is try to push for the north and just do a victory point win if we could, because I don't think we really thought that we could turn it around with just riflemen and AT guns to have some kind of annihilation victory. I finally got grenades. Grenaded those stormtroopers in the center after I suppressed them. It's a good combo to if you got the munitions, suppression, and grenade. If you can do it fast enough before they retreat, you can sometimes take out whole squads.
Wow, look at those body parts. Now, it seems to me that if they had just sat back and defended the 2 points they had, they might have won this, but instead they charged your base and ran into AT gun on top of AT gun. Bombing runs dropped right on them as they sat there getting hit by AT guns, and that pretty much hurt them very badly. Let's see if they can push back and take this middle again, which they desperately need to, because they got you down pretty close to the wire here, 436 to 146.
Yeah, this game would have been over already had they taken that southern victory point with something. Just marching those Tigers down to the southern victory point instead of at our bases. We really didn't have anything to counter it. We didn't have enough tanks. I guess we could have pair-dropped AT guns, but who knows, you know. You can't really what-if that much in this game, because, you know, if they would have went for the south, then we would have played it completely differently as well. And still, really those bombing runs. Man.
Stupid, leaving Pioneers here for no reason. I just wanted to get that. Freaking Pioneers sitting in a graveyard forever. Since like 10 minutes ago.
You might want to switch back to our position sometime soon, because I think it'd be much more interesting to see the gradual takeover of the map and then watch what the Axis is doing, but it's up to you.
One Tiger unsupported in the north, getting obliterated at this point, it looks like. But
there's 2 Tigers coming up from the south. Tiger Ace and a triple veteran Sea Tiger.
And so he's pretty much cut off your reinforcements here to your base. So if he pushes forward, he should be able to take those out. Firestorm would help a lot right here, and he's got the munitions, and he's not going to use it because he's an idiot. Oh,
so mean.
Well, I mean, seriously, you got to kill that engineer, and the Firestorm will do a little bit of extra damage, maybe. Maybe not with the damn smoke.
Do they have?
He's got 200. Enough.
Is he the Blitz? You're on Cuckoo?
Yeah, I'm on Cuckoo.
Another bombing run just took out a Tiger.
Oh wow, I didn't see it did that much damage.
2 Sherman's pop smoke. They're in the fog of war now.
But nice, the Tiger actually still hit that double vet Sherman. It might kill it before the end. Nope, another frickin' smoke. I think the problem with smoke is it just needs to be on a lower cooldown, a slower cooldown. You shouldn't be able to just pop smoke indefinitely. There needs to be a 10 or 12 second window between being able to pop smoke and when it disappears.
Yeah, I agree. And as you can see, the Tigers are just continuously missing. As you had found out that the Stug has some kind of weird accuracy thing with the smoke, but the Tigers also have it.
Well, no, the accuracy is just that the Shermans have higher accuracy against the Stug. I don't think the Shermans have higher accuracy against the Tiger when they're in the smoke. Maybe. But look how long these Tang Tigers last. They're killing so many AT guns. Oh no, now he's never going to be able to run away with this Tiger. You got a double vet Sherman trying to flank it. It is flanking it.
We still only have 2 tanks on the field.
And a nice Firestorm on the middle to stop that takeover. Didn't completely stop it in time. And he's got units that he could be using to cap things, sitting here doing nothing. Oh, okay. Better.
I think that Firestorm was a waste. He should have just used propaganda. I mean, it's 100 munitions as opposed to 200.
Oh, he did have a propaganda.
In a late game, he doesn't have propaganda?
He does have it.
Yeah, in a late game situation, just propaganda could easily win you in a situation like this. If you have the munitions income, which it appears that they do, just to keep on doing propaganda over and over again when the rifle squads or whatever is coming to cap. the middle victory point's really close to the Allies' base, so I don't know, maybe Firestorm wasn't that bad of an idea. I have a MG setting up there, 2 barred riflemen.
Sniper ready for the struggle.
In the upper right-hand corner, there's 2 AT guns and 2 Shermans. 1 Sherman with, well, you can see it because that's strap point.
Americans are seizing territory.
So we were just trying to take back their all their points so that they couldn't spam Tigers quite as easy because, you know, obviously they get more manpower for each point that they control.
And Bars showing their dominance over the battlefield again here. But a nice Panzer Shrek obliterates 2 members of that Bar squad. And yet, another frickin' AT gun. And this Tiger's getting hit without even noticing there's 2 AT guns shooting at it.
Another Tiger coming in the center, Tiger Ace, and that triple veterancy Tiger. Yeah, not quite sure what Demon's looking at right here, but I know he does move it back.
I mean, at least Demon was supporting his with stormtroopers that got destroyed fairly quickly, but at least he was supporting it with stormtroopers.
Yeah, stormtroopers played Blitz yesterday one time, and yeah, they're a little bit better now. They don't quite get one-shotted with against Shermans anymore, so they're kind of useful. I don't know. Blitz used to be my favorite Axis tree, and then I just switched to Terror because it seems to have more options. But team games Blitz, I think having 2 Tigers, especially if you can get some veterancy on them, is definitely better than having a Tiger Ace.
Hey, look! A torso! Just thought I'd point that out.
Are you looking by that munitions point?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
wow! More death and destruction. I would not want to face that.
Yeah, at this point they just don't have the capping power anymore because they lost so many squads, and with those bars, there's really not much they can do against it without some kind of MG support.
That's true. It's amazing what the difference was when you got riflemen.
Yeah.
With bars, not to mention.
Wow.
Wow.
Got it a lot sooner. Here comes the pin and then grenade combo. As you
Yeah.
saw, it practically killed the entire squad. But I lost my squad in the process thanks to that Tiger.
But still, I mean,
There's
grenades on the Axis side never do that much damage.
no, never.
Ah, but strafing run is still as ineffective as it ever has been.
Yeah,
Did that
was
tree
much
clip
strafing
the
run,
the
but,
plane clipped the tree on its way out?
Darn buildings.
That's interesting.
What happened?
The plane clipped a tree on its way out.
Oh,
I wonder
see.
if that's why he was so inaccurate.
The tree by the car, the car thing. Over
Yeah.
there? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, I wanted to see the Tiger drive off that cliff and fall over. Just fall over on its turret and then just have it spinning. Uh-oh. Bombing run lands directly on the Tiger. I can't believe your luck. I wonder if it has something to do with having a direct line of sight to the target. Because somebody mentioned, and this is kind of, wow, destroyed engine, no damage.
Mass stickies in the center.
Yeah.
I think I killed this Tiger Ace with just stickies.
I think you're going to pay for it here in a sec. Oh, I missed it completely. No, there's an AT gun in there, too.
Yeah.
If you just turn and shoot at those riflemen, he'll be able to get like 10 more kills before he dies. It would make it worth it. And sometimes you see the Tigers, and especially Tiger Aces, one-shot kill an AT gun. Not this time. There, he got it. Oh, that
They
turret's
finally got
turning.
an MG in that building, but it's too little, too late.
Ouch!
And here's the 10% bug thing on the Tiger Ace. Didn't do any damage. Two stickies did no damage to it.
Oh, that's not good.
It's a feature, okay, guys?
It's a feature, not a bug. Now, this is a good example of why you cannot depend solely on Tigers to win you the game. That's a lot of manpower, especially the Tiger Ace is a lot of manpower that could be used on other things. Like capping power.
Yeah, just got a couple. They already had level 3 veterans. One of them could have just got Tigers. The other guy might have got 1 Tiger and then 3 Stugs for the amount that they're doing. Would have been much more useful, or some like an MG and some MP40 volts.
Really, what they needed was MGs, because your rifles are what's killing them here. I personally think the Tiger on the oh my God, he picked up the AT gun with his Volks instead of just killing it and running away. I personally think the Blitz Tiger is a better deal, because I'd much rather have a regular Tiger and a Storm Squad than I would oh, he's got a V1 rocket. I'd much rather have a Storm Squad and a Tiger than a Tiger Ace, personally. Because, I mean, you can buff that regular Tiger up to the status of a Tiger Ace, if you wanted to.
I still think it has around 500 more hit points.
It does have a bunch more hit points, but I'd rather have the Storm Squad to help support it against infantry if I need to.
In team games, I think Terror isn't as good as Blitz, but I think in 1v1 Blitz just gives you more. I mean, Terror just gives you more options. But yeah, Stormtroopers are really good.
Now you guys are completely locking down the north right here. We're now down to a tie score, 107 to 107. Drop down to 104. And we've got Blitz
at least
actually enabled on this Tiger.
There's at least 10 supply drops in our bases at this point.
Oh, now he's shooting at the wrong Sherman. Change your target. Another bombing run just barely misses, but it does enough damage, I think, here to seal the fate of this Tiger. I love how he backs right into the other Sherman. It's like, thank you so much.
Both Panzer Shreks missed at practically point blank.
What is he talking about, exploits?
I don't know.
I don't even know what the heck exploits he's talking about.
I don't know either. Maybe he means smoke. Smoke and stuff.
Ah, the smoke, yeah. The you lose exploit. That's mature. Didn't me, I gotta say.
Thank you.
And now there's pretty much nothing going on. He's calling in another Tiger Ace. I'd just save up enough for a V1 rocket attack, just for the hell of it at the end.
Yeah, I have at this point 3 squads of rifles in the center and just floating about 500 manpower.
Tiger. See, this is something really interesting that I've seen happen. He's got 2 munitions points. One is plus 10 and one is plus 5, yet his munition says he's plus 16.
I've seen that before, too. It's strange.
Look at that grenade. It basically took out 99% of the health on that MG squad in the building. You'll never see a dang grenadier grenade kill a machine gun that way. Never.
What's funny is that when they get down to such low life, you actually can't throw another grenade into the building, or like it won't let you.
I noticed that.
It just makes the rifleman shoot at it.
I wonder if that's so you don't waste it, or what?
I think so. Yeah, too many Tigers. Definitely.
I wish I could see the end game stats.
Not
this
enough.
Is really annoying.
Well, they tried with. I wish I would have taken a screenshot of the game stats, because then we could have talked about it. But I think we both teams had pretty even munitions, and they had a little bit more fuel than we did. I think it was like 2,000 munitions each, and then about, I don't know, 1,000 or 1,100 fuel they had, and we had around 900 fuel. It was just the fact that those supply drops and the AT guns, obviously, and the bombing runs were just insane.
Plus, they shouldn't have attacked your base that time. They ran into your AT guns far too many times.
Yeah, you gotta love AT guns in bases.
And I can't count the number of squads that I saw, just infantry squads running places, getting wiped out. As soon as those bar riflemen wound up on the field, bam, every Volk squad that had MP40s in the field just died.
Yep, they made too many MP40 Volks in the end, and should have...
Pumas, maybe.
They should have just sat at the victory points and just held the 2 for another 7-8 minutes. Probably would have been over. But some people like the thrill of the annihilation victory.
So don't fall into that trap. All right. Well, that's pretty much the game here, and I know it wasn't the best necessarily. As we've seen in the past, because Cuckoo's sitting there with 1,500 freaking manpower and 200, 400 fuel, and not doing anything with it because he's an idiot. But besides that, we did it because a lot of people have been asking for team games, and team games are a lot harder to organize because it means you need 4 good players, not just 2. And you need to find a time when they're all on at the same time. So, obviously it's a lot harder, but we found this one, and, it was a pretty crazy comeback. It looked like the Germans were doing really well, and then suddenly it sort of fell apart as soon as riflemen rolled onto the field, and we sort of figured that out as we were watching. That's why the German game fell apart, because they couldn't counter those riflemen at all. So I thought we'd just give you a team game this week, and next week we'll probably go back to more 1v1s, and I really hope that we can get the bug fixed with the replay system hopefully soon. We'll see what happens in 1.4 or whenever that comes out. So, any last words, Vittensby?
Yeah, for all those pros that are now just playing on their Smurf accounts, and I have no idea who you are anymore, please go back on your mains, like sometime Friday or Saturday night, so I can arrange like a team game match. I'd really appreciate it, because everyone's using Smurfs. I haven't even been on my main account in probably a good month and a half, so just, please go back onto your mains, like, say, Friday, Saturday night, and just stop by and Sword, and if you want to play on the show, maybe I can... Anyone that wants to play on the show, just come to the Sword and bring your team, and then, play a game. So
we would like to play. That's right. So, this has been a production of the Tales of Heroes, division of the Team Sportscast Network, and we hope to see you back next week at tales.tsncentral.com. That's TALES.tsncentral.com.
TSN, the Team Sportscast Network.
This broadcast is copyrighted 2006 by the Team Sportscast Network. Any copying, reproduction, redistribution, modification, rebroadcasting of any kind or any manner is expressly prohibited without the written permission of the Team Sportscast Network, LLC.